Good afternoon, friends, followers, channel members. Happy Friday. Another week is almost upon us, and here we are recreating a flight that we tried to do not that long ago. But we had some failures on board and things didn't go right, so continuing on to Porto Santo probably wouldn't have been the smartest move. So in keeping with realism, we decided to turn around and come back to Lisbon, which hopefully won't happen today. That is where we are now, Lisbon, and this is a real world flight, so we will obviously be using real world call signs. You can check that as per usual on Flight Radar 24. So welcome, guys. I hope you're all really well. Our navigograph is up, just showing we're currently parked stand 107. Operational flight plan should be pinned into the chat as well if you're watching on YouTube. So welcome, guys. Whatever you're doing for the next couple of hours, come in, sit down, enjoy, as we hopefully take you on a stress-free flight to Porto Santo for the weekend. Now, you may be able to hear it's a little bit windy. At least it is in my headset. Not quite sure what it's like for you guys. It's also a little bit windy in Porto Santo as well, or the forecast certainly is indeed showing that way. So let's go through our operational flight plan and have a look. I'll just bring this on. There we are. So let's have a look. Before we do that, welcome everybody who's coming in. Good evening to Captain Q, Ayesh, Liana, hello, Barry Watson's here as well, Captain KV, thank you so much for coming on board. I hope you're all doing well. Hey Elliot, hey Dark Fury, good to see you. Good morning Wally. It always seems weird saying good morning to you as we're preparing to end our working day. Hey Mona Lima, good to see you. Elliot has done far too much work, it sounds. You've done 36 hours, that's ridiculous. Oh, 16, not 36. Fair enough. I was going to say, you need a pay rise, my friend, if that is indeed the case. Nigel Spencer, hello. Hey, Christian's here as well. Feldy, Matt's here. And a shout out as well to our Twitch viewers. Good afternoon, guys. I hope you've all had a great week, and we're going to finish off with hopefully a nice flight. Not got time to do too many live streams this week, so nice to be able to finish the working week with one. Right, so let's just go through the operational flight plan as normal. Payload's pretty decent, about 15.3. That's nice. Got a takeoff weight of around 67.5 tons. Let's have a look what else we've got. So that's our takeoff weight. That's above our max landing weight, so worth just bringing that to our attention. Cost index of 4 as per usual. Call sign today is not on the overhead because I've not activated it. That's my fault, not the overhead's fault. Hang on 1 minute. Let me just get that all keyed in for you, and then hopefully that should work. So the call sign today is Alpine 6735. There we go, that's filled in. That should now be working. Headwind of 17 overall for the trip wind, 0 fuel weight 5893. Shear rate is nice and low, so that's fine as well. Flight route is pretty straightforward today, straight out over the Atlantic Ocean, 550 miles. Departing runway 2, arriving runway 36. It's an RNAV approach as well, so it's not as straightforward as ILS. CNR is 4.2, and the alternate is right back here in Lisbon, hence why we've actually probably got quite a lot of fuel on board. So obviously the trip fuel is about 3.8 tons, but overall we're going to be taking well over 8 tons for this, just because obviously if we need to return for whatever reason back to Lisbon, and we need the full we need enough to basically have a go at landing, have a go around, have another go, and then still have enough fuel to get back here to Lisbon. That's why it's so high, hence also why we're quite heavy for what is a relatively short trip. So yeah, that's I'll explain that. One other thing just to say, our cruise flight level there was 320. I've just been informed by ATC that we need to take 330 for this flight, which is strange. So we're on an odd altitude, even though we're headed westbound. We're on odd altitude today. That must be a local thing between the airports going down to Porto Santo. So just looking through the flight plan, of course, there we are. Weather's looking pretty decent. The winds, yeah, so there you can see a nice sort of 10 knot crosswind for the departure, 7 knot crosswind for the arrival. Keep an eye on that because I think the winds are forecast to get a little bit higher as well as we go through the afternoon. let's have a look at that then, actually. So, Porto Santo, what we've got at the moment, wind 040 at 11, that's fine, visibility is fine, weather's scattered 15, scattered 30, that's fine as well, QNH 1024, 23 degrees, that sounds lovely. Just having a look there, so what's the date today? It's the 30th today, isn't it? Last day of the month. A tempo there for the clouds to drop down to 1,200 and a 40% tempo of the winds gusting up to 25 as well. Basically from sort of now onwards, so we'll see what's happening with that. Captain HW, good evening. You're on vacation, excellent. Afasia, where's the passenger numbers in the operational flight plan? So not sure about the about other flight plan layouts, but the Easyjet operational flight plan layout doesn't actually show them. So the pilots actually just get load sheets from their dispatchers with all that information on, but it's not shown on the operational flight plan. Let's have a look at some of the other alternates. So we've got Madeira, Fuerteventura, Gran Canaria as well. So all of those look okay. Obviously Madeira, if the winds are going to be strong in Porto Santo, you can guess they're going to be getting up there in Madeira as well. Probably not the best place to be diverting to, but it is an option. Weather-wise, it's fine. You know, it's all Cat 1 stuff. So that's nice. Let's have a look at the flight route. There it is. Yeah, so we're not going to see land for very long today, are we, on our flight? No significant weather either, so really, almost a plug fuel day. Do you want to take plug fuel when you're flying to an island in the middle of the Atlantic? Probably not, just in case. So if we took 9 tons of fuel, you know, give yourself those options. You know, if the winds might be a bit strong and we have to go around or whatever, we could maybe perhaps circle for a bit, see if they can die down, etc. But what we need to just double check with that is have a look at the extra fuel we can take. So looking at this, to be honest with you, the most we could take is another 858 kilograms. That's not a lot, and that's because we would be at our maximum landing weight by the time we got to our destination. That's not good. And as the Fenix aircraft doesn't actually burn fuel realistically, it's a bit too efficient, to be honest. It doesn't have an accurate fuel burn, so we might end up with extra fuel anyway. So honestly, do we want to take any more fuel and then be overweight when we get there? No, probably not. So we're probably going to look to take plug fuel, which is, let's call it 8.4 tons. So that's what we're going to go with. Now, what we need to do then is make sure we can actually get in and land. So we need to do a dispatch landing calculation to make sure that we're going to be able to stop at Porto Santo when we get there. So if we say our landing weight, let's call our landing weight then 64 tons. So let's go and do this now whilst we're still here in the briefing room. So yeah, what's the code for Porto Santo? Is it LPPS? I can't remember. 1 second. Yeah, LPPS. So LPPS. Runway 36. Grab that. 64 tons. Apply the METAR. It is dry. So yeah, that looks like we're going to be okay. If we go with our max landing weight, which is 64.5 tons, how's that going to affect us? That hasn't actually changed anything, so I think we're okay. Let's just apply that. 64.5 tons. Yeah, that's all okay as well. If we went to auto brake medium, that's going to obviously be fine, as is manual. Although that seems like a very short distance to stop. We have got a decent wind though, slowing us down, so that helps. Flaps 3, which is what we prefer to do, we could still get in at that. So actually, that all looks like we're going to be fine. All right, so landing, dispatch calculation for landing is done. Happy with everything there, which means that, like I said, we're not going to throw any extra fuel on because Phoenix doesn't burn enough fuel anyway, and we're limited to 858 kilograms. So, yeah, we're just going to go basically with plug fuel. I'm going to go 8.4, and then we're done. CNR is 4.2. So, if for whatever reason we're approaching that number and we've not got in yet, or something's gone wrong, then we've got enough to get back here to Lisbon. Hey, Da Vinci, good to see you, mate. Hope you're doing well. Okay, so I think that's everything. As I say, weather shouldn't be a factor today, unless the winds get up when we get there. Right, let's go through what we've got with regards to our departure and see what's been planned there. So as I say, we're stand 107, so I'd imagine we'll push back facing north. It'll be Mike all the way to November 2, potentially November, sorry, Mike 5. Yeah, November 2 or Mike 5. And Mark, mate, thank you so much. Mark is gifting one EasyJet Simple channel membership, kicking off our stream this Friday afternoon. Mark, thank you so much. And Mona Limo, the recipient of that membership gift. Thank you, mate. I really appreciate that. I hope you're doing well as well, Mark, and had a good week with a good weekend lined up. Let's have a look at the departure then. So our departure, I've just realised Navigraph isn't on the screen. There we go. Hopefully you can now all see that. Yeah, so 107, then it's just a straight crossing Mike to November 2 or Mike 5. The departure is the Gansu 6 November, so that's down here. No speed restrictions, so that's fine. Lisbon's the only real nav aid around. Transition altitude's 4,000 feet. MSA 4,000 until we've made that turn, and then it's down to 3,000. Obviously starts to drop lower as we get over the Atlantic Ocean, so that's good. Dark Fury says they've Inabuilds have just released the Stansted Airport as well for anyone who wants to check that out. Haven't they got an offer on as well at the moment, Dark? So it might be a real good time to go and pick that up if people wish. Yeah, so that's a nice, pretty straightforward departure as well, that, isn't it? Just thinking about this taxi, should we do single-engine taxi or not? To be honest, you know, we probably could. Depends how busy it is. It's not that busy. The taxi's not that bad. The only issue I personally have with single-engine taxi, as a single pilot rather than, you know, in the real world when you've got two people to sort of help, is all the things like the after start flows, the after start checklists, the PEDS check, all of that. It stops not to do those until you've got both engines running. So if we've got both engines running here, we've still got a lot of checklists to run. So I'm probably not going to opt for a single engine taxi today, just to reduce my workload. Doesn't reduce the company fuel bill though, does it? But never mind, it isn't my dime. Okay, so I think that is, yeah, that's pretty straightforward. Shall we jump on our aircraft then? Flight time is about 1 hour 27 minutes in total. So let's yeah, let's go and check out our jet. Now it's windy, but it as long as live weather is actually working. I think live weather's working. It's windy, but there's not a cloud in the sky in Lisbon. Let's have a quick look. There we are. Yeah, that looks beautiful, that, doesn't it? Gorgeous, gorgeous weather. I think we've also got air traffic control is online as well. Yeah, well, ground is online. Ground is online. I don't think we've got anything after that, sadly. Hey, Captain Beanie, thank you for the sub. I appreciate that. Right, looks like the catering crew are arriving. That is, of course, very important for a Friday afternoon flight. So let's get on board and start setting things up. Right, so here we are, our beautiful aircraft in its turnaround state. So we're just taking it off from another crew. So we'll just do those checks. We want to make sure we've got the nav logo lights are on. Just check as well. Packs are off. Fuel pumps are off, ready for refueling. Nav logo lights are on. And let's just check flaps, spoilers, parking brakes, acupressure's in green. That's fine and good. 1 hour 27 minutes for the flight. Just check guard frequency is monitored, which it is indeed. Other things like switching panel, thrust levers, engine masters, etc. All of that's fine. QNH is currently set 1018. Well, let's now get the latest ATIS and see what we've got. So that's 124.15. Let's try that. Oh, looks like voice ATIS might not be working then.
Humberto Delgado Airport, Diatis Alpha, 1500Z. Expect ILS approach. Runway MU 02. Transition level 50 after landing. Vacate via Hotel 4. Wind 350 degrees 17 knots, variable between 310 and 010 degrees. Cav locate M27, 2.11 QNH 1018. Comply with speed limitations. Acknowledge LPPT information Alpha.
Wonderful. Okay, so we've got everything we need there. So that QNH 1018, that's fine, that's all set, and up to the FCU 1018, that's fine, get the constraints. So initial climb out for our SID is 6,000 feet, flight level 60. Company message, so load sheets come through as well. Okay, so let's set up the box. So first of all, check data, IRS in it. Yeah, we've got 3 nav greens. Aircraft status, that's fine. We've got valid air cycle engines, etc. All right, on to our init request. Let's quickly just get that. There we go. So Alpine, what's that call sign? 6735. Cost index of 4. Cruise flight over today is going to be 330, as has just been changed by ATC. Clear the scratch pad. Ground temperature is 28. The tropo, what on earth is that? Tropo is, wow, that's high, isn't it? 51233. Let's grab the winds. Rick, I wasn't at the FS Expo. No, wrong country for me. That would have been a very expensive trip. And I'm off to America in about 4 weeks anyway, so I couldn't do it twice. Right, IRS in it. Let me just check the coordinates of our stand. 107, which I think we've got just here, haven't we? So 3846 north, 978 west. Yeah, 978 west. They're perfect. They all match up. Right, should we start getting passengers on board then as well? So GSX, let's bring you in. Hey Lemon Wolf, good to see you.
Cabin crew, we're all happy with how things are up here, so you can now open the doors and start letting our passengers on board. Thank you. No problem.
Right, so passengers can begin boarding. Let's get everything else set up. So our flight plan is departing off runway 02. What's the departure? Ganson 6 November. Sure we get the right one. There's a couple with very similar identifiers there. So that. And then in Porto Santo, it is the RNAV 36 arrival coming in on Lidra 1 Hotel. I think the VIA is Marku. Yeah, there it is. That's fine. Alright, that's 540 miles. What we got in the box? Yeah, 540 in the box, 550 on the operational flight plan. That's fine. Let's just have a quick look and make sure that that routing all looks okay. So, plan mode. That's the departure. And then there's a pre-built hold there looking at Marcus, so we'll probably do away with that unless there's other traffic in there. But otherwise, that's all fine. Okay, on to our init B page. So we need a load sheet.
I'm doing good.
Mr. Dog, you've heard FSX will add animated passengers on board the aircraft. So GSX, yeah, Ground Services Extreme, GSX, which is responsible for all the catering vehicles as well that you see on stream. They are looking to add passengers inside the aircraft, so that's going to be, yeah, that is going to be interesting, isn't it? Just hope. You've got to think about the frame rates and what that will mean. Let's accept that. Right, so we've got 0 fuel weight of 59.3, 0 fuel weight C of G. It's 31.2. alternate fuel. What was it? We did touch on it earlier, but I can't remember. So fuel for the alternate, let's call that 3. Let's call that 3.2. We'll be conservative with that. No, we won't. 3.1 because we're already pretty full. So 3.1. As to the fuel planning, we're going to be taking 8.4. Fight Sophia, hey on Twitch and cream cheese. Good afternoon to you. Glad you like the YouTube videos. Didn't know I streamed here. Bought the Phoenix because of me. Excellent. Sadly, I don't get commission, but hope you're enjoying the aircraft. Eliana, did I see self-loading cargo 1.6 is going to be released soon? I did see it. I think many of us are just going to reserve judgment, aren't we, until it happens. I hope it does. I really hope it does, because I think it's a great little piece of software, but, you know. Right, okay, so block fuel, we're taking 8.4. That gives us takeoff weight of 67.5 tons. And what's our CFG for departures? 29.1. Okay. Then he said he's going to release it within a week in his video. Okay, we'll see. Richard, when do you turn on the APU? When everything's ready and you're getting close to pushing back. Turn it on beforehand. Airports don't like it. It burns fuel. It's noisy, and yeah, in fact, some airports are very, very strict with the time you can have that running. Captain Gaby, what does your config button actually do? So when you press that button, it checks that you've got everything set for takeoff, that you've told the box that you've got set. So if you say if you put in the box in your performance that you're going to be departing with flaps 2, but you've only got flaps 1 set, when you press that TO config button, it sets an alert will come and go, hang on, you've told me one thing, but your aircraft's set up differently. So it basically it's a last minute catch out check to make sure. Right, what we're doing now. I just broke my flow. Performance. Okay, let's have a look at that then. So, hey Vish, when are you supposed to retract the flaps on climb out? So, when you're certainly not before setting thrust climb. Okay, so you need to make sure you've done that, and then once you've accelerated away, then you'll start to see the speed tape climb. Once you pass S speed, you can set flaps 0 after S speed. Right, it is dry. Go flaps 1. No need to force toggle any of these. We're on takeoff. Weight is 675, and CFG is 29.1. And if we go with November 2, just check November 2, that was the intersection, wasn't it? Yes, November 2. So that's fine. Oops, where have you gone? Okay, so onto the performance page. 155 for V1. Wow, you can tell this is a long runway. 155 VR. 156 flaps 1 flex 65. There we go. Thrust reduction and acceleration values. So let's have a look at SimSmart. 1395, 1395, 1395. Okay, so we're going to take a couple of 100 feet off that, as is the new SOPs. So it's going to be 1195, so I'll just update that. Because new SOPs is now to set thrust reduction at 800 feet AGL. That's just obviously for a normal noise abatement to departure. So there we go. That's set. We've got clean speed of 210 in there. I don't think so, not given how heavy we are. I just need to load the aircraft. That's why it's giving me such a low clean speed. So let me just do that. Hey Gav, good to see you, mate. Hope you're doing well. So mass and balance. 8.4 tons. Yeah, that's it. I'll load the aircraft. Just do that instantly. There you go. Clean speed, as you can see, that's now changed to 220 knots. That seems better. We've got no speed constraints on the departure anyway, so that's fine. Right then, let's have a look at this engine out procedure. So secondary flight plan, copy the active. So engine out procedure here is 1900 feet right turn to ADSAD holding point. Okay, so as it is standard, we'll create our engine out SID waypoint based off of LPPT runway 02. It's the place. Bearing is 025. And 15 miles out. Plenty of time to get up to 1900 feet on one engine. Store that. Back to our secondary flight plan. Pop that waypoint in. After that, it's a right turn to ADSAD. Enter a hold. 344 right turns. And then obviously, if that is indeed what we've had to do, we'll come back here, LPPT. And it's going to be ILS 02. We'll want no star, no VIA. Although actually, we can come back in via PESEX. That's fine. PESEX is on the localizer anyway, so... Okay, that should be fine. Let's just check what that looks like out. Cream cheese, that is SimSmart. It's a performance takeoff calculator for the A320neo, but you can still use the engine out procedures, thrust reduction acceleration values for any of the A320 aircraft or A320 family. Yeah, there we go. So straight out, A out SID, right turn, enter the whole asset, and then come back in via PESEX. That is wonderful. Okay, so before we do the briefing, let's contact air traffic control and get all the information we need. And then we can do our own briefing. Right, what is the what's clearance? Oh, clearance delivery is online now. 11895.
7 2.11 QNH 1018. Comply with speed limit.
11895. Fine. Lisbon clearance delivery. Good afternoon, Alpine 6735, stand 107, type A320, requesting IFR clearance to Porto Santo, and we have information Alpha.
Alpine 6735 with delivery, hello, information Bravo QNH 1018, break, clear destination Gansu 6 November, departure squawk 4725.
Cleared by the Gansu 6 November departure, initial climb flight level 60, and the squawk is 4725, Alpine 6735.
Alpine 6735, cleared back correct, calm me ready for taxi, correction ready for push.
We'll go Alpine 6735. Right. Get rid of that, put the squawk in. I did say 6,000, didn't I? Yeah, and that's the FCU. Okie dokies. Right then, so I think we're ready for a brief. So, weather here in Lisbon is fine, it's cav okay, a little bit windy, winds 350 at 17, so we're probably going to feel that from the left as we're departing, also variable 310010, so yeah, keep an eye on that, and that is, as I say, that's variable. QNH is 1018, that's set as well. Weather en route is fine, weather for the arrival is at the moment fine, potential for it to get a bit gusty, but we'll just keep an eye on the weather as we go. Type A320, only thing in the tech log is the weather radar as per usual. No NOTAMs for the departures today. Threats to be aware of, not too much at Lisbon to be honest with you. For those of you familiar with it, we've got a little bit of terrain. It's not shown on this chart for some reason, but there is a little bit of terrain there. Oh, actually there you see 1480, so that's the highest point. A little bit of terrain there just to the north, so that would really potentially only become a bit of an issue if we've lost an engine, particularly if it was the left-hand engine, because it might sort of push you towards that, so just be aware of that, but nothing else really. We're pretty familiar with this airport. Air traffic control's online as well, so that's handy. So yeah, pretty straightforward airport. So let's chat about what we're doing, where we're going, and how we're going to do it. So pushing back 107, we'll probably face north. Taxi out on Mike. We've got performance figures from November 2, so we can take it to November 2 or Mike 5. That's fine. And then the departure is the Gansu 6 November. Straight out, no speed restrictions, first turn to the right, noise abatement 2, and our initial climb is 6,000, yeah, flight level 60, MSA 4,000 till the turn, and then 3,000 as we go. We'll go those constraints as well, which we shouldn't have any problem meeting. So that is pretty much one of the most straightforward taxis and departures we can do. I mentioned in the briefing room that I'm not going to bother with a single engine taxi either, so we're just going to get straight out. The emergency brief then, standard A320 emergency brief. If we have a problem and we lose an engine after V1, then we can we'll fly using standard technique, 12.5 degrees pitch. Then following SRS, trim out the rudder, get the autopilot on. I'll pull heading so we don't continue on the SID. And once we've confirmed the failure after 400 feet, shut down the engine, tidy that up, and past 1,900 feet, we'll make the right-hand turn to the outside holding point. That's in the secondary flight plan. We can get safe 3,000 feet, and potentially then we'll probably be coming straight back in here to Lisbon. So yeah, I think that then is pretty much everything done. I think all passengers are on board, so we'll get the doors closed, then we'll sort the overhead out, and then we'll go. Only other thing to mention as well, I touched on this in the briefing room, but we are above maximum landing weight. We've got a takeoff weight of 67.5, so if we do need to come back, then overweight landing procedure will be applicable. Good. All right. Fuel is loaded, so I think get the door shut, get the overhead sorted, APU started, then ground crew can get rid of the GPU, etc.
Hi Gavin, all the passengers are on board and we're ready to go. I'll bring you a cup of tea after we've taken off.
Great stuff, thank you very much.
I don't know about tea, I'm quite hungry. I could do some food, I think. She's not going to bring me food. Hey, Doctor on board, good to see you. Okay, APU is running. Final load sheet looks like it's come through as well. Let's check that out.
Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of myself, the first officer, and the cabin crew, may I welcome you on board this Easyjet aircraft for your flight today. The ground crew and the fueling crew have all finished, and we're just about finished with all our cockpit preparation up here. The cabin crew are making their final checks as they work through the cabin, so if you could please get yourselves sat down comfortably with your seatbelts securely fastened and give them their full attention as they begin their safety briefing. A big welcome on board today to our Easyjet Sim Pilot members, who of course are welcome to free complimentary drinks throughout the flight. Once we reach our cruising altitude, our cabin service will commence and the cabin crew will be able to provide you with drinks, snacks and merchandise throughout the
Right, APU's up and running, so we've disconnected the external power. Tell the ground crew they can get rid of the GPU as well. I will get the ground crew into position, and we'll get ready to push back and go. Before we do that, then let's do our cockpit preparation checklist. So aircraft acceptance has been completed. Fuel quantity is 8.4 tons. APU's just burnt a bit off that, but there we go. So it's 8380. Check that's balanced as well. The seatbelt signs are on. Idea's got 3.5 green, and the barrel ref QNH is 1018. Set cross-checked and 340 feet. And just before the ground crew come along, Gav, amazing, mate. Thank you so much supporting the channel with 5 EasyJet SimPilot channel membership gifts going to Omiba, Sean, Mies, Ryan, and Andreas Rizos as well. So, guys, thank you so much, Gav, for that. So, guys, get yourself into our Discord members lounge and check out the members only streams as well. Amazing support, Gav. Really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Hope you're doing well, my friend. Okay, ground crew.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback.
Ready to pushback, so if you can use all the door and cross-check. Thank you.
Find the skies. Good afternoon. Hey, Chalty. How you doing? Long time no see, mate. Hope you're doing well. Keep admiring the work you're doing on your engines and your 3D printing. It's incredible.
Departure checks completed. Bypass inserted.
Right, I'll tell them we're ready for push. And Lisbon clearance, Alpine 6735, stand 107, we're ready for push.
Alpine 6735, contact ground 121.750, have a great flight.
12175, thanks for the service, Alpine 6735. Hold your horses.
Easy 239 taxi.
Easy 239, taxi via Alpha Golf Uniform, holding point November 202.
Alpha Golf Uniform, runway 0239.
Ground Alpine 6735, stand 107 is ready for push and start.
2 stations at once, Ascot 1, visibility is 4. Roger, ready push and start, sir. Ascot 1, push and start visibility, facing south. Push and start approved, face south, Ascot 1.
And Alpine 6735, stand 107 is also ready push and start.
Alpine 6735, hold your position, I'll call you back. Break, Portugal 45 Lima Victor, continue via uniform, Tango, Yankee, stand 122.
122, uniform, Tango, Yankee, Portugal 45 Lima Victor.
Okay, must be
And
someone
Ocean 6 Charlie Foxtrot, also ready for taxi.
pushing behind us.
Ocean 6 Charlie Foxtrot, taxi via Alpha and Mike, holding point my 502.
Via Alpha Mike to runway 02, November 2 for Ocean 6 Charlie Foxtrot.
That sounds like
It's
Christian.
holding point my 502, Ocean 6 Charlie Foxtrot.
Mike Parks, sorry about that, Ocean 6 Charlie Foxtrot.
Christian, what airline are you flying today? Chalty, celebrating 19 months of channel membership. That's over a year and a half, mate. That is amazing. Thank you so much, Chalty. We're finished now for you, Chalty, until Monday. Excellent. Hope you've got a nice weekend lined up.
39, apologies. The ground crew seems to have pushed us to the south and not the north, but we are ready for taxi.
Capital 1735, standby, break, easy 239, hold position.
Hold position is 239.
That's Dark Fury causing chaos, presumably.
Capital 1735, hold position, call you back for taxi.
Hold position, we'll wait Portugal 179.
Christian, is OSHA the Eurowings Discover call sign? I didn't know that. I've seen Eurowings Discover a few times, but never actually knew what their call sign was.
And ground, Alpine 5600, requesting taxi.
Where do all these aircraft come from?
Alpine 56 Delta Zulu, taxi via Zulu 3, Mike, holding point Mike 502.
03 Mike, holding point Mike 5 from 102 Alpine 5600.
Is that Eurowings Discover?
This is ground.
Nice.
EV482, stand 104, requesting push and start, please.
EV482, hold position, call you back for push.
Hold position, EV482.
EV482, you're number 1 for push. Correction, number 2.
Blocked.
Stations at 1.
EV2 sunrise says by this, but can you repeat the taxi instruction?
EV239, I said to you hold position. I called you in a minute.
Roger, that's 2 sunrise, about 6 months.
Hope all these aircraft aren't going to Porto Santo. It's a very small airport. Connor, I rendered my Fenix displays on CPU, I think. I honestly can't remember now.
Lisbon ground, Ascot 1 taxis. Ascot 1, taxi via Lima, Mike, holding point Mike 5, runway 02, for now, hold short, Mike.
Ascot Lima, Mike, holding point Mike 5, hold Mike.
EV239, continue taxi via Golf, uniform, holding point November 2, runway 02.
Taxi Golf, uniform number 2 for me, 02,
Good day, Lisbon ground, Austrian 1 Kilo vacated runway 02 by a hotel November.
It's going off behind us.
Austrian 18 Kilo, Lisbon ground, Botardo, welcome to Lisbon, continue via uniform, slowly, I'll call you for taxi.
Trying to stick my head out the window and have a look.
Continue on uniform slowly, Austrian 1 Kilo.
Alpine 56 Delta Zulu, no further ATC, monitor Unicom 122 decimal 8.
Unicom 122 decimal 8, flank safety.
Ascot 1 clear that passing from your left to right, continue taxi via Mike, holding point 95, runway 02.
Ascot 1, continue behind the passing traffic to Mike 5, roger.
EV239, I need you to continue taxi via Golf, uniform to holding point November 2, runway 02, here, tack 1 Alpha.
EV239, I'm taxiing route to Golf now, so about 8 hours.
Thank you. Aircraft 1739, you're facing the wrong way, which means you have to push a little bit more to the back so you can taxi to Mike. We'll try to get the pushback over to pushes a bit further back. We'll let you know how that goes. Aircraft 1739.
Reverse thrust.
Aircraft 1739, can you do a 360 on the taxi to go for Mike?
We can make a 180 to the left, Airport 1739.
Sorry, yes, 180.
Yes, a 360 may not be what he wants.
180,
Leaves him where he started.
If you choose myself, I'll start turn left now, should I continue and then turn left later on?
Easy 239, I'll give you visual taxi, continue in front.
Roger that, thanks so much. We just taxi, please. Bye-bye.
Oh, is this the reason we're stuck? Is this Dark Fury's doing?
Austrian 18 Kilo, you can continue taxi via Quebec and Mike to stand. No.
I'm now going to have to explain to my wife why I'm late.
Kilo taxi via Tango, Mike Echo stand 221.
Taxi stand 221 via Tango, Mike Echo, Austrian 18 Kilo.
Aircraft 1739, continue taxi via Michael Short, Tango.
Continue on Mike, hold short, Tango, Aircraft 1739.
Continue taxi via Mike and hold short of Tango.
One,
that is not a long taxi.
Monitor Unicom 122 decimal.
128 for Ocean 6, Charlie Fox, thanks for service.
That was for Ascot 1, but it's the same for your Ocean 6 Charlie Foxtrot monitor Unicom.
Right, well, let's do another before start checklist. So parking brake is on, takeoff data has been confirmed, windows are closed, if he is on flight mode, doors are not yet closed and armed. In fact, we can't run this checklist because I've not got the beacon line on it. I need confirmation that we can actually go before I can do that.
Mike 502, airport go 1739.
But just so you guys can see it, everything it's all confirmed. So in the box we've got runway 02, Ganson 6 November departure. Radnav is choose to Lisbon. We can hard check that.
1 Lisbon.
Flight level 330, that's going to be fine for us today. Speeds 155, 155, 156, clean 220, flaps 1 departure, it's a flex of 65. Thrust acceleration about 1200 feet, and takeoff weight is 67.5. Secondary flight plan is the engine out procedure.
Easy 6735, sorry for the delay. When clear the traffic, push and start up is approved, facing north.
When clear, push to start approved, facing north, Alpine 6735. Quick look behind us. Yeah, that's fine.
209 kilos and 142, QNH 1018, request push, waiting Mike 5, what's that?
Right, beacon lights on, transponder.
Escort 209 kilo, push and start up is approved, facing south. Push start approved, face south, Escort 209 kilo.
Locking gear.
Behind the skies glider in enjoying the stream. Thank you so much.
Ground, Ascot 1, radio check.
Ascot 1, visibility 5. Ascot 1, monitor Unicom, 122 decimal 8, bye-bye.
122 decimal 8, Ascot 1, thank you.
Hey, easy parking brakes, please.
Before start checklist then, that parking brake is on, takeoff data is confirmed, windows closed, DFB is on flight mode, doors closed now, and beacon light is on.
Hey, easy parking brakes, please.
Parking brakes released.
Commencing push. All engines clear. Start at wheel.
Right, so start that time, engine was selected to ignition, and we're starting engine 1. Tim, transponder comes on just there, just before we push back. Of course, engine start usually works better if you do that paranoia check and actually pop the bleed on. Let's try that again. Engine mode selected to ignition and starting engine 1. This airport suddenly got very busy. There was no one here when I spawned in.
We now ask for your
hey, Mark Taylor.
While we take you through the safety
Good afternoon.
on this aircraft. A safety card is in your seat pocket, showing the exit routes, oxygen masks, light.
Easy 482, you were number 2 on the push. Once cleared traffic on your tail on your left, push and start is approved.
Push start approved once traffic on the left is cleared, easy 482.
Floor lighting will guide you to an exit. Please be aware that your nearest exit may be behind you. In an emergency, leave all cabin...
FSL 1739, monitor Unicom, 122 decimal 8, belt
is fastened. Over to Unicom, 122 decimal 8, thanks for service, Airbus Quiet, 1739.
It must be fastened when the seatbelt signs are on.
Engine 1's happy.
Remember to keep it fastened.
Easy 239, you need to continue in front, then turn right, which is holding point November 2, and...
Starting engine 2.
122 decimal 8, have a nice afternoon.
Put the mask over your...
Easy people like uniform, then holding point number 2, take monitoring, how we go.
Parking brake set.
Put on your own mask before helping others. If we land on water, take the life jacket...
Mark Easyjet do fly to Stansted. Quite a few flights, actually.
Pass the tapes around your waist.
Usually domestic. They also do Amsterdam as well, I think.
And pull the strap to adjust. Do not inflate it inside the aircraft. When outside, inflate by pulling the toggle. If it fails to inflate or needs topping up, blow into the tube. There is a light and whistle for attracting attention. We also carry flotation aids for children. Your tray table must now be stowed, armrest down, window blinds open, and seatbelt fastened. We wish you a pleasant flight with EasyJet.
Bypass ping removed. Left is clear. Right is clear.
So left clear, right clear, engine 2 is happy, awesome. So engine mode selector is back to normal. That can come off, put those on, that can come off. Spoilers, rudder, flaps, trim. And the after start checklist. Anti-chest off, ECOM status is checked, pitch trim is 29.1, rudder is neutral. Wait for him to disappear, then I'll get the taxi clearance. Don't want to run him over. There we are. And Alpine 6735 is ready for taxi.
Alpine 6735, squawk mode, Charlie, please.
And should be squawking mode Charlie now for you, and we can also depart via November 2 this afternoon.
Alpine 6735, squawk mode Charlie is on, thank you, and yes, you can take November 2. So, yeah, when you're ready for taxi, come.
And we're ready for taxi, Alpine 6735.
Roger. Taxi via Mike and taxi via Mike, holding point November 2, runway 02.
Taxi via Mike to holding point November 2 for runway 02, Alpine 6735. Straightforward.
Get call 209 kilo, taxi via Golf Uniform to holding point November 2, runway 02.
We've requested Mike 5, call 209 kilo.
Roger. Taxi via Golf Uniform to holding point 95, runway 02.
Golf Uniform holding point Mike 5, runway 02, I've called 209 kilo.
Took a bit of power to get us moving then, a little bit heavier than we're used to. Okay, right, on the pets check, no change to our performance, dry figure still, November 2, departure, intersection, say no LMCs, nothing's changed, QH still the same. Engine out procedure is standard, straight out, 1900 feet, right turn to our holding point up to 3000. Departure is Gansu 6 November, straight out, first turn to the right, noise abatement 2, and initial climb 6000.
Is approved, facing south.
Push start approved, face south for taking 1331.
And Eastburst Lee, mate, what time is it where you are? Celebrating 27 months of channel membership as well in Japan. No need for a Japanese VMP there. Get champagne all round as well, Eastburst. Thank you, mate. Thank you for that's amazing support. I can't believe you're here at this time as well. Must be getting pretty late over there. Okay, so flight check, full right, full left, neutral, full up, full down, neutral, rudder, full right, full left, and neutral. And the taxi checklists. So, flight controls have been checked, flap setting is config 1, FMA has got climb nav blue 152 6000, blue, radar predictive wind shear is on, Eco memo, takeoff, no blue. Brian Dyer also celebrating 26 months of training captain level membership. Brian, that is incredible. Thank you so much, Brian. Really do appreciate that as well.
Alpine 6735, hold short of Mike. Hold short of November 2 for now.
And hold short November 2, Alpine 6735.
Alpine 6735, correction. Hold short a little bit,
Uniform?
a little bit earlier to give way to the traffic passing from your right to left to Mike 5.
Roger, we'll hold short of November 1, then Alpine 675.
Thank you.
And Lisbon ground, EZ482 ready for taxi.
EZ482, taxi via Mike, holding point Mike 502.
Taxi via Mike to Mike 5 for 02, EZ482.
Fellow Damon, have we ever tried my controls? Your controls with fly-by-wire?
Monitoring you come to the decimal
I've not tried it with the fly-by-wire, no.
Thanks for the Easyjet to our left. Obrigado por ser esta próxima Portugal 209 kilo.
Ciao. Alpine 6735, when clear the traffic, continue taxi to November 2.
And when clear of the TAP Air Portugal, will continue to taxi holding November 2, Alpine 6735. Funnily enough, talking about your controls, you guys maybe
ground Steggy 1331's ready to
talk
taxi.
in the cruise about something that could potentially be quite exciting a little bit later on in the future.
Steggy 1331, squawk more Charlie, please.
Roger, thought we had. Get right back to you.
No problem. And Alpine 6735, you can now monitor Unicom onto the decimal 895.
Over to Unicom, Alpine 6735, bye-bye. That's it, over to Unicom to battle out the departures now on Unicom frequency.
Sorry about that, ground Steggy 1331. It should be in Charlie now, ready to taxi.
Yes, it is, thank you. Steggy 1331, you can now taxi via Alpha, Golf, Uniform to holding point November 2, 102.
Tim, will I fly the Aerosoft A320 when it releases? Oh yeah, definitely. Looking forward to that.
The chief for Lisbon after the departing Portugal airplane landing up on reserve.
Christian, you can just park on the grass J-Hug style if the airport's too busy. I'm sure I'd be happy to hear that. Oh, where's the Air Portugal just gone? It's rather random. We'll give them 30 seconds to reconnect just in case. It sure looks busy in Lisbon today. It wasn't when I connected. It was dead. It was great.
Chief of Portugal landing gone, the landing at 1 reserve 2.
Right, well, the approach path looks clear.
Chief from departing 1 reserve 2 for Lisbon.
Approach path still clear. Lisbon traffic, Alpine 6735, landing up runway 02 behind the departing company, behind. Okay, lineup checklist, cam secure, takeoff runway via November 2, runway 02. TCAS TRA and PAX 1 and 2 are off. Christian, I think your call sign does indeed fit perfectly for this flight. All we're going to see is the ocean. Hopefully you won't run out of fuel.
From Lisbon, Hammerford ahead.
Okay, we'll just give them a couple of minutes for the departure. Right, how long's that been? 1 minute, another minute. And then we'll go. Yeah, Porto Santo is not a very big airport, so it could be a little bit crowded when we get there. Hopefully separation will all be fine. How many other aircraft are waiting? Got one. What airline's that then?
Chief Lamont, top of Lisbon, climb available 3000.
30 seconds.
Lisbon traffic, EZ42 loading up behind Easyjet traffic on 02.
Okay, good to go. Lisbon traffic, Alpine 6735, departing runway 02, Ganzen 6 November, Lisbon traffic. Right, let's go then. Watch out for the wind. Start the chrono. And 50% N1 set. So engine number 1 is critical. Set takeoff thrust. Man flex. SRS runway. Rolling nice and slowly with the flex and a heavy aircraft. Checked. Lots of runway for this departure. A nice balanced field takeoff performance. Oh wow, I can feel that wind. So I just rotate. There it is. A bit wavy. Gear up.
Lisbon traffic, second 1331, lining up behind the departing
Nav.
Easyjet.
Thrust climb. Autopilot 1 engaged. S-speed, flap 0, spoilers disarmed. And with no air traffic control around, let's continue our climb. Flight 180. Open climb, 180 blue. Goodbye Lisbon. Yeah, you can tell it's choppy, but just by looking at the sea. Oh, that's annoying. What's that? Ah! Where's my mouse gone?
Lisbon traffic, EZ42 taking off runway 02, again 26 November departure.
Oh guys, everything's just frozen. Everything is just frozen. I can't even click ignore. Right. Oh, that was weird. I had to escape, which I think may have just turned off photogrammetry. That's weird. God, I hate it when stuff like that happens. Christian, you had to close the sim when you did that. I'll tell you exactly what I did. So I hit the Windows button on my keyboard, which brought the mouse back up. I could then select the simulator and press the escape key. But yeah, that was worrying. Last thing you want after an hour on the ground is something like that to happen. Right, let's get back to flying, shall we? So that's fine, 6,000 feet, spoilers, flaps, gear. Let's get the lights off. Phew. Hopefully. See, I cursed this anyway. The last time we flew this flight, we never actually made it to Porto Santo. Hito says you've been getting that similarly after the last update. Interesting. Right, ding the cabin crew. Everyone wants a Friday afternoon drink, don't they?
This is traffic sticky 1331 departing.
Ladies and gentlemen, please keep your seatbelt fastened while the seatbelt sign is on. We recommend that you keep your seatbelt fastened whenever you are seated. Toilets are located at each end of the cabin. Remember that smoking is not permitted at any time. This includes e-cigarettes.
Hey, Twarak 68, how you doing? I think that image looks amazing. Okay, so we're in the climb now. Flight level 330 is going to be absolutely fine for us. I'll just zero the cost index, so that's done. RadNav page, we can clear the RadNav page out, and secondary flight plan. I'm going to leave the secondary flight plan in at the moment because we're basically, if anything happened now, we're still actually flying towards the holding point, so we can leave the secondary flight plan in for the time being. But yeah, a little bit bumpy, but that is a fantastic view. Hopefully, you all agree that is a gorgeous view. I actually think, though, do you not think it would actually look better? Just with a hint of cloud. Might look more realistic with a few whiffs of cloud knocking about. Overclimb 330 blue. Mr. Dog, my call sign is at the top of the screen. After this, then, that's it. There's just going to be blue ahead of us, both ocean and sky, nothing else, until we get into Porto Santo. Do wonder just how windy it's going to be. I'll have a look at the winds in a little bit. So obviously at the moment I've got photogrammetry turned off. That's not the same as Bing map data though, is it? Otherwise it ends up just looking like FSX. We've had that turned off before, but no, that I believe that is something different. A lot of people have said they get much better performance without the photogrammetry turned on. Barry Bartson, that is incredible. Thank you so much, Barry, for your continued support of the channel. Gifting 5 Easyjet Sim Pilot channel memberships as well, going to Matthew, Feldy, David, Bus Driver, Alpha Foxtrot 720. Amazing, Barry. Thank you, mate. Obviously, Barry as well, one of our mods, long-term supporters of the channel, and probably spends more time in the air in real life than I do. In the simulator. Very amazing. Thank you so much. And to our new members, make sure you get yourself in the members lounge as well. And Simon20 on Twitch says a little bumpy, might put your seatbelt on. Absolutely, keep it on even if the sign's turned off. It does indeed look a little bit bumpy, doesn't it? Hopefully you can all see that in the stream. Yeah, that's basically our view. That is it. That's our view for the next hour. So Billy's the photogrammetry is like cities and stuff. Yes, but obviously only the cities which have photogrammetry built in, of which I'm pretty certain Porto Santo doesn't. So it shouldn't really affect anything. It is annoying though. I've also still been having issue with my internet here. The download speed really keeps dropping out sometimes, and I have to reset the router and that. So if that happens, just bear with me. It takes about 10-20 seconds for me to fix. So yeah, not quite sure the root cause of that, but yeah, just stick with us, and hopefully it'll be fine. Like I say, hopefully it won't happen, but better to be prepared, just in case. A little too young. Right, what are we at now? Flight level 22. That's fine. So. Well, 11,000 feet to go. Get up to cruise. Check the fuel. Check the en route weathers. Well, not that there is anywhere en route between Lisbon and Porto Santo. Yeah, so just look down below, down there at the ocean. You can. I think that actually looks much more realistic than when it's just, you know, perfectly blue with no winds or anything like that. Would be nice to see a few boats though, boats and ships. Now of course we know that Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024, they have announced real-time live maritime traffic, haven't they? So that could make oceanic crossings, you know, that'll be a real feature, as long as it works of course. I do wonder how they're going to improve real-time live traffic in Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024, because their live traffic is nowhere near as good as, say, FSLTL's live traffic injector from Flight Radar 24. And surely, if a freeware mod can get it that good, you would expect someone like Microsoft to be able to pull it off and get it at least as good as that, if not better. Craig, you're going to be doing a VOR. Why? There's an RMP approach, Craig. No need to do a VOR approach. Do the RMP. Christian, yeah, Aurora Borealis, that's going to be in there. So yeah, we're going to spend all our time flying up to flying up to the top of Scandinavia and Iceland, of course. Yeah. Dark Fury, you make a very good point. If we're going to have all that live traffic, then AI ATC needs to be much better, doesn't it? It needs to be a lot better. Captain gave it with the live traffic, wish we could see the flight numbers for each real live jet. You can in Microsoft Flight Simulator's default live traffic, but you can't for FSLTL's traffic. Yeah. Right, well that's confirmation of live weather working. I think I see clouds. Yay! Right, I'm going to get up to cruise, and yeah, then I've got something exciting to tell you, which I know is really going to whet the appetite of a few people. Particularly if you like watching these streams where HD gets involved and puts us through our paces. So just while we climb the remaining few thousand feet, if you have enjoyed the stream so far, then please do leave a like on the stream. It does make a difference, helps other people to find the channel as well, which is amazing, so thank you so much. Dark Tree, you missed the HD rants. The lack of rants means things are going right. Do you remember when things were just going completely wrong? I'd lost the picture entirely, and this was probably a couple of years ago now. And you know, I think, what was it? Yeah, it was just in the chat. Oh God, I've got control. It was hilarious. Fly the bleeping jet. Marina Halley is coming in on Twitch with a rate of 11. Marina, thank you so much, mate. And your name is quite apt for our flight today, Marina, as we're literally just over the ocean for, well, all of it, I think. Now, I'm trying to work out if that is that a ship? It is a ship. Finally, I see a ship, and we're at like 30,000 feet. That's the first time I think I've seen one at this height. Yeah, 31. So I do have the sea vessels from Orbex installed. Never see them unless I'm low down and near land. So it's nice to actually see something miles out at sea. So guys on Twitch, welcome if you are just coming in. Thank you again to Marina Halley for that. You join us just as we're about to reach cruising level. On our way to on our way to Porto Santo. Inkill 17, am I still on the 3060? Yep, I am indeed. Yeah. Teddy, yeah, just so I'm not sure if it was Dark Fury announced just at the start of the stream that Innerbuilds have just released Stansted, so it'll be interesting to check out. We were at Stansted at the start of the week on a live stream with the really good high quality Payware airport, so we've got something to sort of compare that with now. Rathan05, thank you for the follow on Twitch. Hope you are doing well. That's Mac Alt Star. And there's Alt Cruz. Alright, so we set TCAS to below. I'll get our cost index back up to 4. I think I can also go to the secondary flight plan, and we can copy the active now. Don't need that anymore. Tyler Scott, what weather engine do I use? It's the default one. Default. Right, let's do our top of climb checks. Make sure nothing's broken this time whilst we head to Porto Santo.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the flight deck, we've been delighted to hear that we're now at our cruising altitude, and we hope to give you nice views throughout the flight as we have good weather ahead and should be experiencing any turbulence. Of course, this means that you will not spill any of your drinks that you may have from the cabin crew as they begin to start making their way around the aircraft. Could you please ensure that the eyes are kept clear so the cabin crew can offer you their cabin service, which will begin shortly. A reminder that Easyjet single pilot channel members are able to access free drinks throughout the duration of the flight. Thank you, and I invite you to sit back, relax, and enjoy the remainder of the flight.
Okay, so nothing's broken there. We'll do a fuel check. Or the best place to actually do that fuel check will probably be in about 20 minutes' time as we pass Nata. Dark, where's the failure button? You see, that is the reason we didn't get to Porto Santo last time. Because someone buggered my aircraft. In fact, did we not get something like 3 or 4 failures last time? Yeah, I'm sure something like that happened. Ultimately, we were okay, and then somebody broke something, which meant that if we landed in Porto Santo, then we wouldn't have been able to return. Terry, they did gang up on me. Yeah. I've forgotten who it was. I think Dark Fury was definitely one of the culprits. It wouldn't have been Eastbirds. Eastbirds wouldn't dare spend any of his points. He's holding on to them for dear life. I'm not sure what he thinks they're worth in real life. I think he wants to cash them in one day. Right, let's just sit here and relax for a few moments. Dark, there was 4 failures, I think. Need to save the points for another destination flight. I know. We've still got the other destination flight. The destination flight you wanted was a nice flight into Dubai. I'd really like to bank that until the 380 comes out, but of course, when is that going to be? General flight time 1 hour 40. No, sorry, 1 hour 27. 1 hour 27 in total. Right, so bit of news for you guys. A few nights ago, HD and I were messing around in the Sims, and we tested out the Fenix aircraft with your controls, which is the program that allows 2 people to share an aircraft, as one as pilot flying, one as pilot monitoring. And whilst we know the Fenix isn't technically supported with your controls, not meant to work brilliantly well, actually, we played around with it a little bit, and we managed to, do quite a successful test with it as well. Now, that obviously meant that perhaps at some point in the future, a flight with both of us on a multi-sector flight, one of us being pilot flying there, the other one pilot monitoring, then going back, is going to potentially be done in the future. So no date for that. There's a lot going on for both him and myself at the moment, so it's going to be maybe in a month or two's time. But that will happen, and that should be a that should be an incredible live stream with that happening. He's vowed to put his ruler away. No, he hasn't. I think he's bought a stash of them. So yeah, that's going to be real fun. And also as well, the line check will be taking place. My last one was a couple of years ago. So oh, he's here. Sat silently in the background. Yeah, he's probably been there since we were on the ground, to be honest. Just sits there quietly watching. And yeah, the line check is due. Now, that will, of course, once again be vetted by our very own HD. So, that's another one not to miss. Again, no date set for that yet, but that'll be in the next, probably in the next month or two. So, as soon as we've got dates for those sorted, I'll make sure we ping the Discord channel so you all know when to book a day off work. So HD says it'll be a little bit more akin to an LOE, which I'll let you explain in a bit more detail for the readers in the chat what that can usually entail. Christian says he's just bought HD new 3cm thick ruler. Brilliant! I look forward to that. Captain KV says they've just taken the £78 for the mini FCU from his account. Is that now finished? And they've hit the 4,000 backers. That means that they're going to be making the EFIS as well, doesn't it? Oh wow! I mean, what a piece of kit that looks like. If it lives up to the expectation of the previews, that is going to be awesome. And of course, they've added multi-flight support for that now. Works with the Fenix, although the displays will not work with the Fenix. That's due to the licensing from Fenix, of course. So yeah. So HD just coming in with the LOE. So the line-oriented evaluation is what you guys have to do in the sim every 6 months. Line checks are boring because nothing happens. But that depends if they're flying with you, mate. So the line-oriented evaluation basically means so HD is going to be with us as he puts us through those paces, and because he will also be sort of sharing the aircraft with us, it means everything might not go to plan, which is basically what you're being assessed on. So indeed, it will be an interesting stream. Certainly anything other than boring. Avionics Master on, hello on Twitch, hope you're doing well. Tarish, are they working with Spadnex as well? Yeah, actually I did read that, yeah. So the first, is it 4,000 or 5,000 units expected to ship in November time? Oh, that's also a good point to make as well, HD. So when we do the line-oriented evaluation, HD will obviously plan the route and everything, provide the OFP, and I will have no idea what's happening. So anything that happens will be as much as a surprise to me as it will be to you. Only one man will be in the know. Right, 10 minutes or so we should get that. We'll do that fuel check as we cross Nata, which interestingly enough is also our ETP point. Company message has just come through as well. HD's taking payments for suggestions as well. Mate, what you need to do is you need to set up a PayPal page. You really do. Right, what am I doing? What's this message? This is because we were late pushing back. So hang on, received messages. Let me check this out. Right, with 19 minutes delay. Send the code. Right, hang on a minute. Hang on a minute. 19 minutes delay. I know exactly what I'm doing with this. OTH, right. Not the arrival message, delay code. OTH, 19 minutes. I spelt your name wrong, Dark, but they'll know exactly what the problem is. It was your fault I was late. Where is it we're flying to? LPSO? LPPS. LL2 Young, anyone else having a connection issues? Do you mean in the simulator or on the stream? Timo, what microphone am I using to stream with? I have no idea. Rathan 05 is flying Diego to Denver. I have no idea how far in the USA they are apart, Nathan, so apologies. Hope you're having a good flight anyway. Dark Fury wasn't your fault. No, it was your ground crew's fault, wasn't it? Right, let's have a look at the weather. So there was a potential as well, we spoke about right at the very start about the winds. At the moment, 01015, visibility is fine, scatter 1005, broken 3, 22 degrees, QNH 1014. Okay, we'll keep an eye on that. How long ago was that meta? That was, that's only 25 minutes old actually. Barry, wasn't this the flight with loads of failures last time? Yes, it was. Yep, it was indeed. Which is why we're now redoing it, and hopefully it will be it'll be fine. I've never actually checked out this. What the hell is that? Oh, Dark, what have you done? You can fall out with MOC. You're meant to be the guy that looks after things. I didn't think contrails lasted this long in the sim. I mean, what is that? Barry, your membership gifts did come through. Yeah, we called it out as well, mate, and said, you know, thank you so much for that, Barry. Apologies if you missed it, but yeah, absolutely, that was not missed indeed. I want to know what's going on here. That's insane. So how long do contrails last for? I mean, look at that. That is fading out beautifully. So, Dark Fury's triggered a failure. Okay. A little too young. I think those contrails look a lot more realistic than they did. I mean, that is one hell of a right-hand turn. Really, maybe it was a UFO. Maybe. Okay, well, Dark's done a thing, so obviously we will go through it. Let's go for it. Oh, hello. Huh. Okay. Well, there's a DU failure. I mean, we can potentially live without it, but DU failure it is. Where's my documents? A little too young. Dark is a menace to aviation society. Yep, I agree with that. Right, okay. Do you know what I don't know? I don't know how I can actually switch that to the lower ECAM. Is that even possible? Was it a DU that stopped working on the last flight, Christian? I can't remember.
MusicLine is the essential music licensing platform for pro filmmakers. Discover the world's top composers and songwriters with industry-leading.
Right, got my documents up. Yeah, I should be able to switch this on here, can't I? I can't read it. Hang on. Lean over it. Oh, there we go. So, yeah. Now I can get what we need where we need it. So, FO can sort that anyway. But in terms of the failure, yeah, DU failure. Obviously, we can confirm it. We can see it's knacked. Now, turn it off and back on again. That's the usual Airbus philosophy, isn't it? So let's just pop that back to normal. Oh, come on. Up display. I think I need to be, for the click spots to work, I think I need to be sat in the normal place, so... Oh, stop zooming out! Right, that's off. We'll turn that back on again. That didn't seem to want to do very much, did it? Alright, might actually be broken. So, that wasn't the real aircraft, you could just hit it, couldn't you? Anyway, display unit failure. If the DU flashes, which it didn't. Do you blank with or without the large number F, disoriented brightness, reduced to minimum, off then on? Yep, did that. No, I think it's basically just dead. Circuit breakers. Don't think any of those have popped, have they? Where are the displays? Had one popped? Which one? Oh, these aren't all popped out, are they? Are these popped out? They're not monitored, are they, though? They're black. Why are all these out? They shouldn't be out. We didn't break that many things. Are there any others that have popped out? Should probably check these before we fly anywhere, shouldn't we? Oh yeah, the engine one reverse lock also popped out. Oh no, it hasn't. No, it hadn't popped out. It just looked like it, unless you're looking at another one. If there was another one you guys can see popped out, just give me the number, and I can go and have a bit of a better look. Is that one out? No. Christian, were any of yours out as well? HD row 15. Let's have a look. Ah, yes, there it is. Pop that back in. Alright. Well, none of those should be out. No white rings on any of those. What about up here then? Are these all behaving themselves? Yeah, HD, just to have a look at that. Okay. think they're all okay. So, it's not fixed my blooming screen though. How strange. Never seen that before. Mind you, I'll be honest, never looked. I just assumed they'd always be in. Christian also says the same, to be honest, never looked at the CB table. No, why would we? Why would we? Right, well, we've done that. Can we actually get this back on again? Oh, well, would you look at that? Hang on a minute, none of those circuit breakers had anything to do with the displays, did they? I mean, what did we have? We had some, well, we had some of the oil, we had some of the engine oil pressures, we had a reversal 1 unlock CB that was out. What was the other one? Oh no, it's gone again, look. Right, okay, I think we can safely say that it's buggered. Okay, we'll just forget that. It's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. We'll check those CBs again, then, shall we? Go on then, let's check the CBs again. See if they've popped out again. No, they're all fine this time. But none of the CBs that popped out had anything to do with the screens, did they? The display units. I mean, the ones for the display units that are up here, look. So, I don't know. Why do people not want to go to Porto Santo? Anyway, I think we're safe to say, you know what, we can continue flying. Yeah, we've lost the upper ECAM display unit, but we probably should concentrate on actually flying the aircraft now. So, HC will have the upper ECAM on the CBs overhead. I'll have one quick look to see what we've got. Upper display, ECAM upper display unit. I don't think any of those have popped though. No, none of them have popped. I think the screen's just messed. Okay, so just quickly going through the QRH for this. DU didn't flash. Turn the brightness off and keep it off is essentially all it says now. The only other thing for me to check is the MEL. Make sure that it's not a no-go item. I'm guessing no one down in Porto Santo is going to be able to fix it. So, where are you? What's it going to come under? Right, it's not air conditioning, it's not auto flight, it's not communications, electrical power, no, Fire protection, no. Flight controls, no. Fuel, no. Hydraulics, no. Ice and rain, no. Anti-ice. Indicating and recording systems. Landing gear. Navigation. Pneumatic. Information system. Engines. No, I'll just do a quick check. Can't find anything in the mail for this. It's obviously not going to be under mail entries. Oh, hang on. Let's have a look. Prime flight display unit, right, okay. Display unit. Prime flight display unit 1, 2. Nope, none of those. Navigation display unit, nope, not that. Ecam switching. No, don't need that. Well, I'm using that, so that's not broken. Let's have a look. What is it? 31, 63, 06. Oh, there we go. Oh. EWDU. What the heck's EW stand for? It's not the Ecam warning display unit, is it? I've just made that up. I'm obviously not going to put this on screen, but what concerns me there is the EWDU, number installed 1, number installed, number required 1. Must be operative. That's a You're not telling me this is a no-go item, surely. I can't turn around again. Can we just radio ahead and presume that there's somebody there that knows how to fix it? I haven't got time to turn around. Dark Fury, I hate you. Okay. Alright, in real life... in real life, if we couldn't ascertain that we could definitely get that fixed on the ground, we'd be turning around and going back to Lisbon again on this flight. Christian, I can have his. He'll stay there for a new one. Alright, well, it's a no-go item. We can continue the flight, but wherever we land, they'd need to be able to fix it. At least we're aware of the... at least we're aware of the issue. Let's put it that way. We're aware of the issue. Ballistic, yeah. HD MOC has just informed there's an engineer down there. That's all we need. That's all we need. Tell them not to worry. They'll fix it when we're on the ground. Brilliant. Elliot's going to fix it with some speed tape. Right, we need to actually look at the arrival. I mean, the arrival itself isn't that big a deal. It's just a straightforward RMP arrival. So let me just get my charts up, grab some information off it. So what we're doing, before we do that, let's get the latest weather. And then we'll start filling out the box ready for the arrival. Right, there we go. So 02014, that's fine. That's basically what I wanted to know, just to confirm runway 36 is still in use. Okay, let me just get that up on the second box. And fill out that perf page then. So QNH is 1024. What am I doing? Temperature is 22. Wind 02014. Mostly a headwind. Transition altitude there is 5,000 feet. Minimums. So yeah, runway visual range is fine, and it is 1140. Actually, I put the barrow in the wrong field. It's not a million miles off. There we go, and we should be able to land config 3, which gives us a VAP of 143. We'll do a calculation in a moment. Hey Patrick Watcher, welcome back. Hope you're doing well. Robin, yeah, the upper eCam screen's just broken. Thanks to my mechanic who's actually broken it. Okay, let's get a couple of things off here that we'll need. So arrival coming in, we can get that down. So once we're at top of descent, we'll get down to 7,000 feet, and then we're going to be 3,000 at Marsu, whatever you want to call that. S&T in the box for the VOR at Porto Santo. RNP approach. Transition altitude 5,000 feet. MSA is 28. 3,000 feet at Marku, and we go down at FGOT. 3-degree approach. That's fine. Three kilometers long runway. That's a long runway. Looks like we're going to be backtracking as well. I've never landed here before, but I'm guessing we're going to backtrack. I'm presuming we can use the apron to turn around. Nothing on here says we can't. Pappy angle is 3 degrees as well. That's fine. 45 meter wide runway. That's fine. I've got no other information to look at there. And there are 1, 2, 3. Looks like 3, 4 stands, 4, 5 stands. Not sure we're going to be able to take all the aircraft that are going to be flying to Porto Santo today. Alright. So let's go through the box, set this up. So flight plan, Marsu has got a hold in there for some reason. How far out does that start, that approach? It's 8.5 miles. So yeah, decelerated approach is okay. What on earth's going on there? Decelerated approach, that's going to be fine. So at FGOT then, let's just check the speed. It's got 190 there. Just alter that. 18. Radnav page, SNT, 124 miles, 125 miles, that's fine. Accuracy for the GPS is high, so that's fine as well for the approach. We've filled out the approach page. Let's just check config 3 is going to work for us. In order to do that, let's see what we're going to be landing with. So 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64.3 if we're conservative there. That's close to max landing weight, isn't it? 64.3, so let's do a performance calculation for the landing. We did a dispatch one and we were fine. We did 64.5, so we shouldn't have any problems, but 64.3, let's refresh the METAR, apply the METAR, runway 36. That's fine, that's auto brake low and that's flaps 3, so we're good to go. And secondary flight plan, copy the active. Right, so as well, what we can do, just for a bit of situational awareness, in fact we don't need it. I was going to put the my mileage rings around there just to help get set up for the approach, but actually don't need it. We want 3,000 by Marsu, and absolutely FGOT. So how we're going to fly the approach, let's do the brief. So weather, where have you gone? We've just had it. There we go. Start with the weather in Porto Santo. Wind 02014. Thankfully the winds haven't got up to gusting, which there was a chance. Looks like it's not happened, so that's great. So 02040 knots, 10 kilometers of visibility, scattered 1,500, broken 3,000, temperatures 22, QNH is 1024. Nothing there. It's all Cat 1 conditions, and the approach is the visibility as well above the approach minimums for the RMP approach that we're going to be doing. So that's fine, like that. Aircraft, well, yeah, we've lost the upper ECAM, so we're using switcher panel. FO has got the lower ECAM now on his navigation display. Doesn't need that. Funnily enough, if we were doing the RMP AR approach, HD might be able to pull this up from memory. I can't. But if we were doing an RMP AR approach, wouldn't both screens need to be sat on the navigation display? In which case, that would be interesting. So yeah, we've got that little problem there, but we've mitigated it by the switching panel. We're okay. We can't fix it. Someone's going to fix that on the ground for us. No times that are going to affect our arrival. Threats to be aware of. Unfamiliarity, just because we've never been there before. We've also got terrain to the east of the airport, as you can see on the chart there. Highest is 1,815. So I would also say as well, just be aware that the go-around you can see there also takes us to the right, making sure, I mean everything's VMC, the weather's fine today, but we've got an overfly waypoint on that, we've got an overfly waypoint on the go around. There's a reason we have to overfly it, because let's say that it something went wrong, maybe we lost an engine on the go around, we need to make sure we overfly that before that right hand turn, otherwise well, there's a potential of flying into something. Yeah, don't need that. So yeah, that's a bit of situational awareness for us. Only other threat I can really think of is we've got no air traffic control. We've got a lot of aircraft landing there today. So yeah. ATC, if they were there, would have been fine. Okay, so the brief, what we're going to do, how we're going to do it. It's RMP approach, runway 36. We're legal to start the legal start the approach. Visibility is well above 2.4 kilometers, so that is fine. Lidro 1 hotel arrival is what we're coming in via. So when we're coming in on that, when we hit top of descent, we'll get down 7,000 feet, and the plan will be 3,000 feet at Marsu, or certainly not long after Marsu, and well, max speed there 220 knots. That's fine. My plan will be sort of green dot as we're at 701 flaps 1 as we head towards Marsu, and then flaps 2 before got, and then we'll activate final approach as we start going down there with flaps 2 out, gear down, and we'll get flaps 3 out, and we'll be fine. Hopefully visual and flying down in final approach mode. So that's how I plan to fly the approach. Information about the approach: it's a 3-degree glide path angle, 45-meter wide runway, so there's nothing out of the ordinary there. Transition altitude 5,000 we've said. As we're coming in, MSA is 2,800 feet. Once we've landed, we'll anticipate we're not getting off at Alpha, so we're going to have to vacate left, come round, and then backtrack on the approach. Then onto Alpha and their self-maneuvering stands when we get there. And the go around, we've just touched on it anyway, but basically it's 3,000 feet and a right hand turn, max speed 220 knots. That is after we have past PS 705. I'm just having a quick look at our speed. So clean is 227, so we'll fly the go around at flaps 1. Alright, I think that a brief is fine. Quick check on the fuel. We've got just over 5.1 tons as well. We've just passed Roller. So, update on the fuel check. We basically took plug fuel today as well, so 4.6 tons, we've got 5.1. Yeah, so this is what I said at the start of the stream. The Phoenix doesn't burn as much fuel as it actually should. So right, in the midst of all that as well, Barry, once again, mate, thank you so much for your further 5 EasyJet Sim Pilot Channel membership gifts. Really do appreciate the support you've given, mate. That is incredible. Thank you so much for that, Barry. Whilst we were in the midst of trying to sort out a little problem. So welcome to Dean, welcome to Mark, Robert, Richard and Marco. All gifted membership by Barry as well. That is 10 Barry has gifted today as well, guys. So huge shout out for Barry and his support. And Barry also says as well that he's you're going to be off around the world now, Barry, and next few weeks, and yeah, I will be in the USA in about 4 weeks, but only for a very short time, so it really shouldn't affect the channel too much. So HT correction, we do need both NDs for just normal RNP approach. Right, okay, so presumably when we do the approach, we'll just put the ND on. All's fine at the moment. Right, so we're about to hit top of descent. That's 7,000 as briefed. Let's start heading down. So descent and 7,000 blue.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the flight deck once again, you will be delighted to hear that we will shortly be starting our descent into our destination, at which point the cabin crew will start preparing for our arrival. If you could please make sure that all the aisles are clear and the cabin crew are able to make their way around the aircraft without any luggage in the aisles, that would be most appreciated. A reminder for our EasyJet pilot members that free drinks are still available from the cabin crew until the seatbelt signs are turned on. Please note, however, that the toilets will shortly go out of use. Thank you.
Right, hopefully we can just sit and chilled in the descent for a little bit. Simon, when would you use config 3 for landing? So config 3 in the A320 is yeah, if you can get away with doing it, you know, if you've got long enough runway and you're light enough, etc., the winds are favourable, basically you've done your landing calculation and you know you can stop in good time. Config 3 is preferred because it's more efficient for the aircraft, which means it's better for the engines, it's less noisy for the environment. So yeah, if you can do config 3, then go for it. A321 config 3 is not usually advised because of the problem, the potential of a tail strike. So yeah, that's the that's sort of the caveat with that. Craig, not a bad landing for the first RMP approach. To be honest, Craig, RMP approaches, particularly ones like this, are pretty straightforward. It essentially, when you're happy and you're visual, you just disconnect autopilot like you do with an ILS approach, and then you bring it in manually. It's when you've got great RMP approach, like going into, oh, I don't know, Nantes maybe, in northwest France. That's got a good RMP approach to runway 22, I think it is. I can't remember off the top of my head, but it's offset basically, so then you have to turn at the last minute and line yourself up, which is nice. Christian Darks pulled a nick on you. Barry says the straightforward in the Airbus when the aircraft flies it for you. Absolutely, Barry. Our superior aircraft. Simon, you've heard Wizz Air does config 3 on their A321's Neo, though. I wouldn't know, Simon. They also set the trims for the A320s when they're on an A321 Neo as well. Tony, Nice is an interesting approach as well. Yeah, that's RMP. And again, that's just to keep the aircraft out over the Mediterranean, isn't it? They don't like the noise, the French.
Houston, I'm directing Rackham for Porto Santo.
Right, profile's holding quite nicely. Should be on the ground in around 20 minutes time, I reckon. Just keeping an eye on any other aircraft in front of us, etc. So, not got anything there. Porto Santo traffic Alpine 6735 is now overhead Lidro, and we're going to maintain speed 270. Right, thrust idle, over descent, and 70 blue. So that's fine.
Ladies and gentlemen, take full advantage of your tax-free allowances today and make some amazing savings with our boutique range. In your in-flight brochure, you'll find details of our award-winning selection of gifts, most with massive discounts, some of which are exclusive to you as an Easyjet customer. Make the most of your opportunity to shop and save from the comfort of your seat. If you'd like to see any products, have any questions, or would like to make great savings, then just ask us as we join you in the cabin shortly.
239, carrying with a normal route directing Raccoon, descending football 100 Porto Quarter.
Actually, just looking at our profile, I would probably just need to wind that up a little bit to make sure we stay under it. Right, just keeping an eye on the temperature as well. There's going to be a cloud layer, so we'll get anti-ice on before we drop into that. That's better. I prefer to just get underneath that profile and then we've got a bit of time to slow down. Bear in mind as well, we're not going to be doing that hold. So, let me just get rid of that actually. Tried this before. I think it's just a bug in the Phoenix. For some reason, trying to clear the hole doesn't work. You end up having to go direct to the next waypoint, which for us would be FGOT. So, I guess the plan will be once we're sort of just coming up to Marsu, then we'll go direct to FGOT, which gets us on the approach. Hey Owen, good. Off to Corfu on Tuesday. I'd love to see a flight. If I don't know when the last time we did one of the Greek islands, to be honest. Might be worth a shout, that Owen. Barney, you'd always use VS in that case rather than pumping up the speed.
239, speed is currently 2,000 knots, descending for level 9.
The thing is though, even if you use VS, if your aircraft's going down, your speed's still going to increase anyway, isn't it? Aircraft don't go down and slow down too well. Right, it's starting to get bumpy, isn't it? Let's get the signs on. Who's nicked my tablet?
Ladies and gentlemen, the captain has turned on the fasten seatbelt sign. If you could please return to your seats and ensure that your seatbelt is securely fastened. If you are travelling with an infant, please ensure that they are secured safely using the infant seatbelt provided. The toilets will now go out of use until the fasten seatbelt sign is turned on. Please contact a member of the cabin crew if you require assistance.
Porto Santo traffic, Airbus 1739, wave vacated and holding on turnaround of 36. Reporting possible wind shear and crosswind on approach.
That sounds like fun.
T39 protocol, Topi 547 first.
Alright, 3000 blue and we're on local QNH, so approach checklist. Bar F QNH is 1024, seatbelts
Oh, you're already on the ground? Okay, then.
Minimum is 1140, auto brake low. EFB is lost. It's stowed. Right, just keeping an eye on the TCAS as well to see where everybody is. Up to 7, where's the cam not working? Because it broke. Something happened to it. Tony, I've not tried the 787, to be honest. I never tried it, even when it didn't work properly, so I wouldn't know the difference.
Now all flying FGOT and we're reducing minimum approach speed.
Right, we're nicely below that profile now by about 500 feet, so...
Porto Santo traffic, Portugal 1739, after the ocean has vacated the runway, we'll backtrack on 36 to stand.
And we're just about to pass Papa Sierra 702. Porto Santo traffic, Alpine 6735 is now overhead, Papa Sierra 702, flying the full procedure, Lidra 1 Hotel for the RMP runway 36 arrival. So Scotty, you're getting the Airbus captain's back for your birthday. Excellent, you're going to love it. Oh, come on. Stop zooming out when I'm trying to... See, this is why the mini FCU would be useful. Just to stop zooming in and out. Right, speed 250 knots, coming up on 10,000 feet. Let's get the lights on. Activate that approach phase. little bit of spoilers just to help us continue our way down there. Do you know what? I think we might actually be too high here. I'll tell you what I'm going to do.
Delta Zulu, we're back on approach here with 70 miles now for this one.
I'm going to go direct to Marku. It's still putting the approach in, look, that's no good. Okay, cancel that. Let's go direct to Evgo.
Porto Santo traffic, Ocean 6, Charlie Foxtrot, 4 miles is fine.
Pull heading, because we're going to need to get down a bit more. It's really annoying that I can't get rid of that hold that they put in there. And you know what? There looks like quite a bit of traffic on final as well, so to be honest, doesn't sound like a bad move, extending our downwind. And Alpine 6735 is extending the downwind past Papa Sierra 701 for traffic and spacing.
Fenix 952, report runway vacated, please.
So VS 1500.
239 for protocols are currently at Papa Sierra 702, descending for full down speed.
Ocean 6, Charlie Foxtrot, Shanix is vacated.
Temperature's warm enough, don't need anti-ice. So we're fine now with regards to our profile. Barry, that is an incredible donation, mate. On top of the channel memberships that you have also donated, coming in with a €20 donation, says, need to go buy yourself a Belgian beer in the US. See you guys on Discord in a few weeks' time. Barry, whatever you do, mate, do it safely, and I look forward to seeing you again and chatting on Discord as well, mate. Thank you so much.
Porto Santo traffic. Alpine 56 Delta Zulu, we're 8 miles out, runway 36 for this one.
And Porto Santo traffic, Alpine 6735 is heading 192, extending our downwind due to traffic on final, and of course they will need to backtrack. So looking at the spacing now, that looks okay. So let's go direct to Evgot.
What's that? Is it 239, like 5 miles from Papa Sierra 701, flying speed 210.
Oh, this is why I like it when air traffic controllers are online. Okay, flaps 1, speeds checked. Flaps 1. Don't mean flaps 1, I mean green dot. There we go. Let's manage the speed. And Alpine 6735 is now turning direct to Evgot, and we're currently 50 miles out to the south of Evgot, beginning our approach.
239 heading 183, just make the downwind a bit longer.
Good decision, I think. Porto Santo, this is traffic, this is Segi 1331 at 7.7 nautical miles out at 140.
Okay, VS 400. No, we just lost the top ECAM screen. Should be okay. HD sat munching popcorn and predicting a go around. Let's see.
Porto Santo traffic, Ocean 6, Charlie Foxtrot, vacate.
Porto Santo traffic, Alpine 56 Delta Zulu with 3 miles out, 36.
Give the FO his navigation display back.
now, stopping at 4,000 feet, speed 225.
We will shortly be landing. Please ensure your cabin bag is safely stowed with your laptop inside. Your tray table must be stowed, armrest
Flaps 1,
down,
speed's
and
checked.
window blind open.
Flaps 1.
You now need to be seated with your seatbelt fastened, ready for landing. Please help us by handing in any rubbish, newspapers, or magazines that you do not want to take with you.
8867 once
toilets
again,
are no
Madeira,
longer in service.
05 via Charlie, track 0.
So we're also picking up traffic from Madeira as well, which is what you can hear there. If we check, yeah, I just wanted to check the systems page. There we go. Press and hold it, and that works well. Neat. So they have replicated that as well. Fantastic. I've just seen our gross weight is 64 ton as well, so that's fine. Landing calculation is good.
Chief Commander, thanks, 3,000 feet, 200 foot water.
Let's get terrain radar on as well.
1331, 2 miles out at minimum approach speed.
Okay, and we're 16 miles out now. Porto Santo traffic Alpine 6735 is reaching 3,000 feet, and we are 15 miles out on the approach runway 36. Speed 180 knots.
Porto Santo traffic Alpine 56 Delta Zulu. Vacate runway 36, enter in the back front.
That's Alt Star. Someone's put a blooming cloud in the way, can't see.
It's 239 speed 180 knots for space entry.
HD things get busy, vacate on the left of the military. The only problem with that is I think people may have rolled to the end. In fact, I don't know what everyone's done. They may have rolled to the end, then vacated left, which then means we'd be nose to nose. That'd be no good. Right, approach nav and final approach is armed. Set flaps 2, speeds checked. Flaps 2.
Alpine 6735, can you just let us know how far you're up from the runway, please?
Heroing is 8867, we are entering runway 05, departing to the right. After departure, we are going to be inbound. And
we're 10 miles, Dark. 10 miles. Porto Santo traffic Alpine 6735, 10 miles out, runway 36, and reducing to final approach speed.
36, currently 5 miles from Marku.
And just to repeat, Alpine 6735 is 10 miles out, reducing final approach speed, runway 36, Porto Santo traffic.
Alpine 6735, thank you very much. Porto Santo traffic, Portugal 1739, backtrack 36.
That is a gorgeous approach, isn't it? That looks stunning.
Segi 1331 has, we're ready to backtrack, but we haven't cleared the runway due to traffic in front.
Right, final approach mode is armed. Go around 3,000.
Quarter speed 160 full damage.
Eight miles out. Porto Santo traffic Alpine 6735 is 8 miles out. Final approach speed runway 36.
Heroing 67, we are now departing 05. Once again after departure, we are heading to the right and inbound Mike Alpha 647.
Zero traffic, Fenix A320 inbound Mike Alpha 566 eastbound trying to put a big room runway 05 around 5 miles.
Okay, so that's 6 miles. Gear down. Spoilers. I think I've done the lights already. Yeah. Flaps 3. Speed check to flaps 3. And landing checklist.
To 160 speed.
So, cabin secured, going at altitude 3,000 feet, you can remember landing no blue. Confirmation of that.
T-Sim of Porto to speed 1,000.
Just a reminder, the go around will be done flaps 1 straight out and 3,000 feet. Not until passing the overfly point when we make the right hand turn. And once we get in, I am going to have to finish. I think the kids want feeding.
7 airborne. We are now inbound Max Expression MA Expression Mike Alpha 647.
What's about disconnected drive control?
And we are heading 110.
Porto Santo traffic. Alpine 6735. Short final runway 36. What we may do is just get off the runway, disconnect off V-Pilot, and then play out with a replay.
Wings 8867, caution to all traffic. The winds are pretty strong. We are having some troubles up here. We are at an altitude of 2,000.
Three whites, 1 red.
500.
Stable. Come on, get down. Get down.
The 239 on foot final, one way, 36 for landing.
40, 30, 20, retard.
Harder landing than I would have liked. Screen, decel. What was that landing rate? Where's my MOC?
Ladies and gentlemen, the cabin crew will shortly be leaving their seats to perform safety-related duties. However, we ask that you remain seated until the fasten seatbelt sign has been
239 short final, one way, 36. Which one? Exiting quickly, like much.
May now be used. Please make sure that you take all your personal belongings with you, checking in the seat pocket, underneath the seat, and in the overhead lockers. Do take care when opening the lockers in case anything falls out. Smoking is not permitted until you reach a designated smoking area.
Porto Santo traffic, Easy 482, short final.
It's been our pleasure looking after you today. Our ground crew will help you complete your Easyjet journey.
God, is it really this uphill?
Promotions, flight and destination information.
Porto Santo traffic, runway 36 vacated.
Twitter or Easyjet app.
Oh, did that thanks so much. 239 landing runway 36.
Right, what I'm going to do then is we're just going to get off at VPilot there because I am a bit of a rush to finish, sadly, which is why I did slam that in. I apologise for that. But, well, we didn't break the aircraft, that's the main thing. It may have just felt rather uncomfortable. I'm going to leave the engines running for the replay. Guys, amazing stuff. Finally, we made it just. And this is, as I say, scenery that I've not seen before. So, well, because people keep trying to break my aircraft whenever we get here. So we'll have a little look at that on the landing replay. But guys, I am gonna have to shoot. I hope you've had I hope you've got a great weekend lineup. Whatever you're doing this weekend, well done, guys. And thank you for being here. Hope you've enjoyed it. I'm gonna play you out with a replay as I just quickly set this up for you. So thank you so much to all our Easyjet Symbolic channel members as well. A huge thank you to Barry for the donations that he's made today, and to those as well that have also contributed and supported the channel through our live stream this afternoon. Hope you've had a great time with us. Porto Santo scenery, a bit windy getting in, not the smoothest touchdown we've ever done on stream, but not entirely unsafe. I was very close to not getting it inside the not getting it inside the touchdown zone, wasn't I? But I think we just about managed that. I guess we'll see on the replay. If I just quickly hit rewind, and we'll check that out. So guys, thank you so much, and yeah, I will see you on the next one. Stay tuned on Discord, and I will let you know when our next flight will be. Thanks so much, everyone. Shout out to HD and the mods as well. Thanks, guys. I will see you all again very soon. Have a great weekend, everyone. Bye bye.